you get started in your sport?
We got time for this? Or? My journey was a little bit of like a right place, right time kind of a start. Going to York University, I've studied biology, kinesiology. My goal since I was grade 3 probably, was to become a doctor. So I was pre-med, that was my goal. And then the York University professors decided to go on strike, as they've been known to do. And I got pursued to do fitness modeling. I probably would have never pursued because I was always so focused on my, made no sense in my grand scheme of my journey. So I decided to go for it because I had the time because, school was not in session. And then my first photo shoot turned into my first cover because I set out to sort of transform my body for this opportunity that I was given. And I was lucky, it was a new industry at the time. The fitness industry was new. Fitness modeling wasn't even a thing yet. We kind of established it at that time. I was promoting one of my fitness covers on a TV show, and in the studio next to me, there was a wrestling thing. And so they kind of said, "Hi, Trish, they're doing wrestling next door. Would you like to, go sit in?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, yes." I sat down, and then surprisingly to me, the gentleman came to me and he said, "Oh, you're Trish Stratus from the fitness." And I was like, "Oh, wow." He goes, "You should send your stuff to wrestling." And the idea never occurred to me. I was like, okay, yeah, yes, I'll do that. No idea why I do it. You have to understand that I came from a time watching wrestling where women were just sort of the accessory. We're called valets, managers. So it's nothing I ever thought I could do. But I thought, okay, let's get ready. Preparedness meets opportunity is my motto in life. And so I prepared this package, put it together, and sent it off to WWE. And eventually they called me, and they called me into their Stamford, Connecticut, where they had headquarters in. So they flew this wrestling fan into Stamford, Connecticut. I got to see the huge cutting up Andre the Giant and all these amazing things, like childhood dreams. And so it prepared me for that opportunity because in that meeting, Jim Ross, he was the director of talent relations. He said to me, "It's a very physical job. And your body might have to endure some stuff." And I said, "Oh, well, yeah, I've been training for about 3 months." And I really feel like that was like the, okay, kind of like the check mark. And I flew home back to Toronto, and maybe a couple weeks later, I got a contract offer. And that was in '99. And I made my television debut in March of 2000 and started up as the woman I saw back in the day, which was just the manager, the valet, as we called them, and eventually transformed and we became women wrestlers. And here we are today.
How did your sport shape who you are today, both personally and professionally?
Being in wrestling is, it's a tough sport. You are on the road sometimes up to 300 days of the year. It is a wear and tear on your mind, your body, everything. Definitely learn to be resilient. Being in a male-dominated world, a sport like that, got told no many times. We didn't belong, but we kept persevering. We knew that the only way to really show that we could be here is by proving it. And we knew that if we're given 2 minutes, it was gonna be the best damn 2 minutes we could give. And then maybe we get 5 minutes next time. And that's what happened. It was like a slow build, but eventually we got to the same status that we were able to demonstrate to the audience, to the people in the back of WWE, that the women could offer as much as a man could in the ring. And we saw the women's demographics start to rise. We saw autograph signings would go from previously all men to women and young girls coming to you and saying, "When I grow up, I want to be like you." So to know we created a vocation, so to speak, that someone looked at this as an actual, because back in the day, I get asked all the time, "Did you always know you wanted to become a wrestler?" And I said, "No, it was absolutely not an option." There was no way I could look at that and say, "That's something I can do." And I've always said something like, if you can see it, you can be it. So I knew at one point we were really making strides, we were really making change in the women, to the women, affecting the women differently. And so that's what we kind of set out to do, was if we can show them that we belong here, then women will see that. And it's not just about in the wrestling world, it's like in any world, you're going to take that, the hard work, the perseverance and dedication, and proving yourself. It goes, into any industry that you can apply it to.
How would you like to be remembered by the community and future generations?
I guess I want my journey to be looked at as nothing is impossible. I faced many obstacles. I heard many no's in my career, but through hard work, perseverance, and dedication, I was able to accomplish everything I set out to do. I refused to take no for an answer. And I think recognizing that sometimes you have to carve out your own path. Everyone sort of thinks this is the way to go, this is the way to go. And sometimes it's not the way to go. Maybe you've got to pivot and you've got to create your own path. And I feel like I did that in my journey. And I say even as a small town kid, because back in the day, Richmond Hill was a lot smaller than it is now. Nothing is impossible and no dream is too big.
Ladies and gentlemen, inductee into the Richmond Hill Sports Hall of Fame, Trish Stratus.
I'm going to need you to introduce me everywhere I go, please. That was great. Carmen, can I ask you something? I just want to make sure. Am I the last person tonight? Yes, I am. So then technically, I'm the main event? Yes. Okay. I just wanted to check on that. You know, it's a good thing. It's a good day when the woman is the main event today, right? I want to start off by saying thank you to the Richmond Hill Sports Hall of Fame Committee for this incredible honor. To be recognized in my hometown, the place that shaped me into the person I am today, is beyond humbling and so very cool. I wanted to also thank you guys for seeing sports entertainment and my career as a 7-time WB Women's Champion as worthy of standing alongside the great athletes and contributors to sport in this community. Your acknowledgement of my work as a professional wrestler, that it's a sport, that's something that demands the athleticism, the dedication, and the resilience, and a ton of shiny spandex costumes really means a lot to me. Growing up in Richmond Hill, I learned early on how powerful sports can be in shaping a person's character. As a kid, I loved the camaraderie, the sense of team spirit, and the lessons that came from being a part of something bigger than myself. Whether it was on the soccer field, in the hockey rink, or in the wrestling ring, sports teach us invaluable life skills: teamwork, discipline, perseverance, and leadership. And in today's world of technology and constant distractions, these lessons are more important than ever. And while devices and apps may connect us digitally, it's the sports that truly connect us to one another. To the young people in the audience tonight, never underestimate the value of playing sports and participating and staying active. I tell my kids, Max and Maddie, what's up, Max and Maddie, where are you? There we go. I tell them all the time, whether you're playing for a school team, a local league, or even just having fun with friends, the lessons that you learn on the field, in the gym, or in the arena will stay with you for life. Because sports don't just build athletes, they build character. And since I'm speaking to the young people in the audience, just want to clarify that character, not like an avatar, right? Character like part of personality. When I started my journey in professional wrestling, representation for women in this industry was minimal. The women who came before me, they fought hard for their place. And I knew that one day, if I was fortunate enough to compete in the ring, that I would continue their fight. Once I was given that opportunity, I set out to tear down the preconceived notion of what a female could do in the ring. It was not just about being tough and glamorous. It was about showing the world that women could be athletes, storytellers, and leaders in this space. It wasn't easy, and there was times when we faced much skepticism, but I believed that if I could help change the narrative, I could be a valuable role model for the women in my industry and beyond. The mantra, as I mentioned in there, that I carry with me is, if she can see it, she can be it. Representation matters. It matters in wrestling and in all sports and in every field. And when we show young girls and boys what's possible, we're not just breaking barriers, we're building dreams. Today, women, thank you. Today, women are headlining WWE events. We are breaking records and being recognized as equals in the industry. And as an OG, I have to say that I am proud to have played just a small part in paving that path. And I'm even prouder of the women today who continue to push the boundaries. To our other inductees that are being honored tonight, your stories were incredible. Congratulations on your incredible achievements. Sharing the space with you is a privilege, and it really reminds me how much talent, passion, and dedication exists in our community. Richmond Hill has always been a special place, and tonight is a testament to the extraordinary people who call it home. To be here tonight in the city where my journey began, surrounded by friends, family, and neighbors, is truly special. Richmond Hill is where I found my roots, my values, and my determination to chase my dreams. And it is still my home. I don't know if people realize that. People were saying, it's so nice that you're in town. I'm like, no, I live here. I never left, actually. My kids go to school here. I bank at the same bank that I opened my first account at. You guys are gonna run into me at Bruno's. I live here, guys. You can't get rid of me. I love it. To the next generation of athletes, stick with it. Stick with sports, with your passions, and with the lessons they teach you. You'll discover skills and strengths you never knew you had. And you don't necessarily have to end up on a professional stage. It is fun if you do, though, I'm just saying. But the experiences and the friendships that you gain, I promise you, will be worth every practice, every game, and every challenge. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge my Stratusferians. You guys are my Stratusferians was one of my devout Stratusferians, actually, a couple of them, who got me here in the first place. I'd like to thank Tyler Barker and Daryl Wolk, who got me here today by nominating me. Daryl, where are you? Wherever you are, thank you. He's believed in me for a very long time. I have to tell you, my Stratusferians are very, very vocal. They're very, they're a convincing bunch. They're wrestling fans. We're very loud people. And I'm just saying that they've been known to make their voices heard. So I'm just gonna throw this out here. Mayor, if the Stratusferians wanted to have like a Stratusferian leadership or something like that, I'm just saying you might wanna just make sure that the status of your golf membership's up to date at the club. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Mayor Stratus, I'm just saying. I mean, yeah, my daughter wants me to be mayor. In conclusion, once again, I would like to thank the Richmond Hill Sports Hall of Fame for this honor. I am beyond proud to be a part of this community, proud of my journey, and even more excited about the future we're building together. Richmond Hill has always had a piece of my heart, and tonight, my heart is full. Here's to the power of sport, the importance of representation, and the lifelong lessons we gain when we step onto the field, into the ring, or anywhere our passions take us. I have to say, this has been one of the best things that I've done in Richmond Hill. I mean, well, it also a steer and burger. Also great, right? Or fish and chips at O'Galley. Also great. So, it's up there, it's up there. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you had a wonderful evening. Are you guys stratified? Okay, cool. And I do this other thing that I do on stage. I can't help it. It's like I come to the middle and find the T. There's the